Hello, everybody. My name is Jessica McKinney, and I will be talking about lysergic acid diethylamide, also known as LSD. Lysergic acid diethylamide is a prominent hallucinogenic drug that can produce profound, dose-dependent subjective effects in those ingesting the substance and lead to persistent psychiatric symptoms after its effects have worn off. LSD is known for its powerful psychedelic effects on humans. It is an illegal street drug that comes as a white powder or clear, colorless liquid. LSD is odorless with a slightly bitter taste. LSD is a hallucinogen. Hallucinogens change the way people sense the world around them. Hallucinogens are psychedelic drugs that can potentially change the way people see, hear, taste, smell, and feel, and also affects mood and thoughts. Albert Hofmann, a research chemist in Basel, Switzerland, with the Swiss chemical company Sandoz, discovered LSD while looking for a blood stimulant. The first LSD trip was recorded by Dr. Hofmann in 1943. He accidentally ingested a minute amount of the drug through the skin of his fingers. 3 days later, Hofmann experimented and swallowed 250 micrograms, not realizing this was a very high dose. He became terrified, feeling that he would lose his mind or possibly die. It was later determined that an oral dose of as little as 25 micrograms, equal in weight to a few grains of salt, is capable of producing vivid hallucinations. LSD affects the action of a brain chemical called serotonin. Serotonin helps control behavior, mood, the senses, and also thinking. Because of its simulating to a chemical present in the brain and its similarity in effect to certain aspects of psychosis, LSD was used in experiments by psychiatrists through the 1940s, 50s, and the 60s. While researchers failed to discover any medical use for the drug, the free samples supplied by Sandoz Pharmaceuticals for the experiments were distributed broadly, leading to wide uses of LSD. LSD was popular in the 1960s by individuals such as psychologist Timothy Leary, who encouraged American students to turn on, tune in, and drop out. This created an entire counterculture of drug abuse and spread the drug from America to the United Kingdom and the rest of Europe. While the 60s counterculture used the drug to escape the problems of society, the Western intelligence community and the military saw it as a potential chemical weapon. In 1951, these organizations began a series of experiments. U.S. researchers noted that LSD is capable of rendering whole groups of people, including military forces, indifferent to their surroundings and situations, interfering with planning and judgment, and even creating apprehension, uncontrollable confusion, and terror. Experiments in the possible use of LSD to change their personalities. Personalities of intelligence targets and to control whole populations continued into the United States officially banned the drug in 1967. Use of LSD declined in the 1980s, but picked up again in the 1990s for a few years. LSD had become more widely used at dance clubs and all-night raves by older teens and young adults. Between the 1950s to the 1970s, LSD was used in treatment of anxiety, depression, and also addiction, although most of the studies were not performed under contemporary standards. LSD is revealed as a potential therapeutic agent in psychiatry. The evidence today is strongest for the use of LSD in the treatment of alcoholism effects. LSD is absorbed easily from the gastrointestinal tract and rapidly reaches a high concentration in the blood. The effects of LSD range from blurred vision to a visual field filled with strange objects, three-dimensional space appears to contract and enlarge, and light appears to fluctuate in intensity. People experience out-of-body experiences, and body parts appear to float. The subject may report that he or she feels less friendly, more aggressive, agitated, or depressed. Much later, he or she will recall the experience as illuminating and pleasurable, but they will rarely recall psychotic symptoms. Most users of LSD voluntarily decrease or stop its use over time. LSD is not considered an addictive drug since it does not produce drug-seeking behavior. But because tolerance develops rapidly, some users take progressively higher doses to achieve the state of intoxication that they had previously achieved, a dangerous practice given the unpredictability of the substance.